Good evening, everyone. Hi, what's up? What's happening, everybody? As usual, we'll start in a couple of minutes. But what's happening, everyone? How are you all? How are things? What are you all planning to do this weekend? What is, if this session was not there, what would you be doing this weekend? What's up, everybody? Just let me hear from everyone before we start the session. Okay. Somebody saying not audible. You can check it on YouTube also. This video is also, this thing is also being available on YouTube. So you can absolutely check it on YouTube as well. Right. All right. So somebody says learning exam of college. All right. What else? What else is happening? Watching movie. Somebody saying Edist practice. Hey, nice. Okay. Which movie? Anybody's watching some good movie? Which movie? Sitaraman movie. Tenet. Hey, nice. Nice. Okay. Yeah. You can just watch it on YouTube. The people who are not getting the audio, can just watch it there. Okay. Tenet. Somebody's watching Tenet. That's nice. Good to know. Anybody else seen Tenet? Is it good movie, bad movie? Okay. What else? What else, everyone? So somebody's watching a movie. Okay. Perfect. All right. Practicing codes on Edist platform. Okay, cool. Which codes? Java, Python, DSA. What codes is it? Which codes are you practicing? I want to hear a hi from everyone. I just want to hear a hi from everybody. Okay. All right, guys. So we'll get started. What is the question somebody's asking? What movies are you watching? What are you all doing, everyone? So that's kind of the thing for today. There's just some of the questions. All right. So perfect. All right. So we'll get started with the session today, everyone. So before we start, I just wanted to know how many of you have heard of Edist before? How many of you have heard of Edist before? How many of you have actually heard of Edist, are on Edist platform, or never heard? Just put it on the chat. Heard of Edist, never heard of Edist, right? Heard through college TNP. Okay, super. I heard. All right, never heard. Okay, so we have a mixed crowd. Okay, so we have a mixed crowd. Super. Okay, great. All right, so we'll begin. Who am I? I am Aneeq. I'm the co-founder of this company called Edist. Graduated from the prestigious IIIT Hyderabad. Whatever I tell you today is from the experience of having guided students into the best of companies. I think Edist students will already know this, and non-Edist students, we are talking to you from experience of having guided students from anywhere between 10 to 45 LPA, more than 1,000 students in this. Other than that, we've guided more than 10,000 students to even below 10 LPA packages, but I'm just counting the students above 10 LPA. So there's like more than 1,000 students who we've guided. And whatever we say today is from that experience. So I'm not saying imaginary things that, oh, if you do this, then you'll get the no. Really, when we say these things, we have seen this firsthand work with our students who have been able to crack the best of, companies and so on. Okay. So that's the first thing. Just wanted to tell you. What's the agenda for today? The agenda for today is as follows, everyone, that why do you even need internships? What is a good internship, right? What technologies are new versus old? So how do you choose between a new and an old internship? How to get good internships, or just how to get internships, and how Edist can help you. Okay. And throughout any of this, all of these, presentation or session, if you ever feel that the audio is breaking or so on, I would highly recommend that you watch this on YouTube, right? So on YouTube, you will not see any, audio breakage and whatever. And the session is being streamed live on YouTube. Where on YouTube? So what you can do is, one second, let me just see if I can get that. Sorry, one second. Yeah, this is our social media channel. So you can just search on YouTube for Edist, right? If you search on YouTube for Edist, you will get this thing. You'll get this entire session, and I think it's already been posted on the chat as well, the link, right? So you can just follow that at any time you feel that the audio is not working out. Okay. So for those who are saying, so my team, whenever somebody's saying voice is not clear, I think Atul, Habib, if anybody is there, can you just very quickly just type in, yeah, so if you can just type in the messages over there. I'm checking the YouTube chat also. Don't worry about that. I'm checking the YouTube chat as well, right? So anybody from my team over here, Atul, Ravi, probably. Okay. Yeah, Habib, if you can just keep messaging on the chat over there that to get proper audio quality, you can watch on YouTube. So if you can just put it there on the chat, if I can just have a message, and you can keep pasting it whenever students say they are not able to follow. Right? Thank you so much, Habib. Thank you so much. Keep pasting that whenever somebody's saying that audio is not well. Okay, perfect. So everyone, I'll just go back to the agenda for today, right? And we'll come to all of this stuff, right? So why internships? What is a good internship? What technologies are new versus what are old technologies? How to get internships and how Edist can help you. All right. So we're going to start with these 5 things. Can I get a ready on the chat? If you're all ready to start. So can I get a ready on the chat? If you're all ready to start, please do tell me ready. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. All right, great. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, so let's get started. Another surprise for you in the middle of these sessions is we are to give 3 gift vouchers. We are going to give out 3 gift vouchers today. 100 rupees gift voucher is going to be given out over here today. All right. In 300 rupees gift voucher. So like 3 people are going to get 100 rupees gift voucher over here. 3 people. For answers to questions, I'm going to ask you 3 answers I'm going to ask you 3 questions in this entire session. Those 3 questions will come up randomly. And I'm going to ask you the first question right now itself. Okay. So hope you're all ready. The first person to answer it, as per me, as I judge it over here, the first person to answer it is the one who's going to get that gift voucher. All right. And this is the question. What is this? It's as simple as that. What is this? What is this? All right. Okay. So I think the first person that I got is, one second. All right. So Adnan Muhammad is the first one. I think Habib, if you can just note down, we'll get in touch with them later. But Adnan Muhammad is the first one to get the thing. Yes, you're right. It's Python, but the first one to get it was Adnan. So Adnan, you will get a gift voucher from us. All right. Other people, don't panic. We have 2 more gift vouchers to give out. So make sure that you pay attention till the end. There will be 2 more gift vouchers to be given out. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. The answer for this is Python, everybody. The answer here is Python. The answer for this one is Python. Okay. Let's get started. Another thing that I wanted to tell you all was, if you want to get latest updates from Edist, please follow us on social media. You can go to YouTube and subscribe to us, as well as go to Instagram and follow us. Both of these things, if you do, you will get latest updates about Edist and all the other sessions that we do. Most of the students really love our sessions, so you will also get an update on these sessions as well. Okay. All right. So let's start with why internships. Okay. Why internships? I was going to start with that. Now, why internships is because I'm just giving you an example of a resume over here, right? So this is an example of a resume. Obviously, this is just a random resume I picked up from the internet. Okay. Why do you even need an internship? Is because you will make a resume something like this. Okay. You are all going to have a resume over there. Now, I want to ask you a question. How many of you actually have a resume right now? Already made? And some of you can say not made. So you can say I made or not made on the chat. Okay. Okay. Not made, made, not made, made. Okay. But a lot of people have made. Wow. Okay. I'm seeing more made than not made. Okay. Very nice. Okay. I'm seeing more made than not made. All right. Some people are saying to check the answers on Python also. I'm checking. Python is, check the answers on YouTube also. I'm checking, but YouTube's slight 5 seconds lag. So if you want to participate in the quiz, just come here quickly. Right. So that's one thing. Perfect. Great. Good to know. So many of you have made, many of you have not made. Okay. Now, how to actually make a good resume and what are the things you should put on the resume? I will highly suggest you go and check out our Edist YouTube videos. I have done about 3 to 4 hour long sessions, like proper 1 hour sessions, where we take resumes and we guide you on how to improve your resume. So everybody, hope you have a notebook with you. Note this down, that after this session, you all have to go and check out a resume review session. It's completely freely available on YouTube. Check out how, given a resume, how you can improve it, right? What are the mistakes not to make, and what are the things to actually put in your resume. So we've done that. Okay. So all of you will benefit from that. The purpose of this session is not that. The purpose is you will all be making a resume over here. Now, when you make a resume, you need to fill something on these, especially these places. Since you are a fresher, you will not have any work experience. So if you don't have any work experience and you have to put something there, generally what students end up doing is they put a project, and that is generally their academic project. Now, 2 problems with that. Generally speaking, the academic project is there towards the end, meaning it's towards like the 4th year, 1st semester, 4th year, 2nd semester. Generally, students themselves are not serious about it. Number 2, most of you make projects from an academic point of view. That is what is there in syllabus. You actually kind of, make from that point of view. right? So what's happening here is you need internships or you need a project to put on your resume. You will actually need something to put there. If you put just a normal academic project, you are not going to get shortlisted by companies, or it will not give you an advantage. Number two, even if let's say it's an on-campus or off-campus round and you get into the company, all right, so you actually are able to not get into the company, you are able to get into the interview round. The interview round on very basic projects will not help you out. Your interviewer will be very impressed if you worked on a complex project or a complex internship. Okay. And finally, you also have your academic requirements for you, which you need a good internship or a good project. And that requirement is from AICT. So these are the three major reasons why you should actually go for an internship or go for a project. Okay. Again, repeating, you'll all need to put a project or internship on your resume. If you don't put it, your resume looks very blank, and then you will do funny things to actually make it look more and more. For example, if you won a cricket tournament sometime in your first standard, you will put excelled a lot in the sport of cricket when I was of a young age. You are probably 5 years old or 6 year old, but you will put that on your resume. I've seen this everywhere, everybody. So, if you don't have real things to put, you will start putting these random things on your resume. Okay. You need a good project or good internship to get shortlisted. You need that to again clear the technical interviews, and finally you need it for your academic requirements. Okay. Now the next follow-up question comes, sir, what do you mean by a good internship? What do you mean by a good project? What does this particularly mean? Okay. Now, having spoken to, as I said, thousands and 10,000s of students, right? Generally speaking, most students are confused about this part. Like, how do I get a good internship? So let me guide you through that. What do you need to think when you're thinking about a good versus a bad internship? A good internship is one which is working on a related field. Meaning, if you are all applying for software engineering roles, then your internship or project needs to be in that role. However, if you're applying for a, let's say, a sales role, a marketing role, a digital marketing role, then your internship should be in that. But let's say you're applying for a software engineering role, and your internship is, let's say, in a marketing internship, in a sales internship. That might count as experience in your college, right? You might just be able to get some certificate and you will be able to show it to your academic requirement. But that will not work out with a company. A company is not going to be too happy with that. And more than being happy, the company is not going to give it much value. You only think about it. You are going for a data science job, let's say, or you're going for a front-end web development job. And you say, sir or ma'am, I have completed an internship at so-and-so company as a sales internship. It's not going to be worth it. Now, I know many of you get the opportunity to do a sales internship. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it is not relevant to software if you are applying for software. If you're applying for business development roles, if you're applying for marketing roles, they are very relevant. So number one thing in a good internship will be one that is aligned to your future role. And a bad internship will be one that is not aligned to your future role. Now, you may say that after doing marketing internship, you change your mind and you want to apply to marketing roles. That's fine, right? So then it becomes a good internship. Okay, that's one. Second thing is hands-on experience. Super important to get actually a hands-on experience. I have seen in many students, you go up and you sign up for companies which will give you an internship experience letter where you don't really have to do too much work. You don't actually have any hands-on experience. So for the sake of it, you have developed some project, but actually you didn't. Somebody was there, they guided you, and then that's it, you're done, right? You never actually get to do hands-on coding and hands-on experience. Whereas over here, in a good internship, you'll actually do hands-on experience. Now, why does this matter? Because in an interview, the interviewer is going to ask you, sir, or rather the other way, is going to ask you as the candidate, what did you actually do in the internship? A lot of students tell me, sir, ma'am, I have done what the instructor told me to do. Right? I have done what they have told me to do. Okay. That's what they're saying. No, that is not the right answer at all. The right answer should be, I have solved XYZ problem. I have used ABC software. I have used, let's say, NumPy Pandas software. I have used React.js, AngularJS. I have used Node.js, Python Flask, and so on. I've used such a certain kind of a software or certain kind of a tool to develop so-and-so or solve so-and-so problem. That is hands-on experience. Whereas if you just say, I went there and I did this internship. What did you do? It was a 60 days internship. No, I'm asking, what did you do? I went there in the morning and I came back in the evening. Yes, but what did you do over there? Maybe I was eating samosas. That is not an internship, right? An internship, a good internship, what I mean to say is one where you actually get hands-on experience done. And finally, output should be visible. What do I mean by this? If you have actually done work on that internship, there should be some place where I can see what work you have done in that internship, right? What work you have done in that internship. For example, you can say, I worked in so-and-so company. Let's say you work in an ABC software. When you are working at ABC software, you developed a web portal. Now you go to the interviewer and say, sir, I developed a web portal. He'll say, okay, show me. No, actually, I can't show you. That is on my laptop. As an interviewer, I will think 90% this person is bluffing. This person is lying. Because if I can't see the output, how can I trust this person that they're saying the correct thing? Because a lot of people say things, but they don't actually happen, right? I have this experience so many times with my students where some student will say, sir, I know React.js. I say, okay, what all do you know in React.js? I know everything in React.js. Okay. I say, okay, please develop this web page. No, sir, I know everything in React.js. I don't know how to code in React.js. This is what some students tell me. That is wrong. If you know React.js, if you know data science, you should be able to show it. Where will you show it? You can show it on GitHub. You can actually deploy it on a website so I can see and understand, what you're doing. Same thing with, and this is the opposite of a bad internship. In bad internship, generally what I said, there is no proof of your work, right? There generally ends up being no particular proof of your work. It's just, so I think the work is cut off here, but there's no proof of your work over here. There's just a line in your resume saying that you have done an internship, right? I have no way of believing that. I have nobody of proving that. You will say, but I can show a certificate. Yes, you can show a certificate, but how credible is that certificate? Did you just make up that certificate, right? All those things interviewer doesn't have time to check. So if the output is not visible, I can't really, take that internship seriously. That is what you call as a bad internship. Okay. Now I'll give you room for questions, everybody. I'll show you one more thing, and then I'll give you some room for questions so you can get any of your doubts cleared. Okay. Another thing. Okay. So this is about good internship and bad internship. Okay. Habib, can you just again share the link on the chat? Right. So somebody, thank you so much. Yeah. So this is about good internship versus bad internship. Now let's look at good technologies or new technologies versus old technologies. Now let's say, for example, you got an internship and you got an internship which is hands-on experience and one in which the output is visible and you can put it on GitHub. Okay. So far, so good. Now the next question comes. Okay, I need an intern. Let's look at our thought pattern so far, everybody. Why do we need an internship? Can everybody tell me on chat? Why do we actually need internship? Can I get the thought pattern so far? Why do you need an internship? Can I get it on the chat? Okay, very good. I can put on the experience to gain experience in my resume. I can put on my resume. Super. What else? What else? Okay, that was one thing. Practical knowledge. Super. It's not just some theoretical knowledge. You actually get a practical knowledge. Super. Very good. What's the third thing I said in the internship over there? Right. There is another very important thing. There are a couple of important things you are missing. I said earlier. Okay. AICTE, very nice. It's an AICTE requirement to get an internship. Super. Very good. What else? There are a couple of other things I said earlier. Right. Come on, everyone. Two other things. Not backup. No. Come on. Growth. Okay. Improve my skills already. Okay. Let's see how many of you. 1 second. To get shortlisted. To get shortlisted at a company or to clear technical interviews. These are super important. Everyone, remember, the reason why you are going for an internship is to actually get shortlisted for a company. Not the only reason, definitely hands-on, getting real-time experience, all of that is there. But one of the major reasons, right, is to actually crack company rounds and to clear technical interviews and to actually get shortlisted in those company rounds. Very good. I think YouTube people are giving me the correct answers as well. Super. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. All right. So this is good internship versus, that's why you need an internship. Then we said, what's a good internship versus a bad internship? Somebody's asking, what is AICTE internship? AICTE has mandated a lot of colleges to actually have an internship in their final year. If you do an internship, you can actually skip a couple of credits in their final year. Check with your college over there. So yes, last semester, 4 months exactly, you can actually do an internship. AICT's, what do you say, mandated that, right? You can also not do it and do a couple of courses, but doing an internship is always better, right? Just cool in that sense. Okay. So this is good versus bad internship. So then we said, okay, we need internship to get shortlisted. We need internship to clear technical interviews. We need internship to, as per AICT requirement. Number two, we need a good internship, not just any internship. Because if I work in a non-related field, or if I just get a random offer letter, or if I, don't show my particular output, then it's not really a good internship, because that's not going to help me out in the interview rounds and so on. Okay. So those are all bad internships. Good internships are one which works on a specific field that I want to get into, has hands-on experience, and in which my output is visible. So far, so good, everybody. Good versus bad internship. Next thing comes, let's say I got an internship that is in my field of software development. I got it in hands. I know that it's going to give me hands-on experience. And I know at the end of it, it's going to give me a good visibility, right? It's going to have on GitHub and so on. Now, how do I know which technology to choose over here? Now, in technology, what you need to look at is how latest is the technology, right? So what is new versus old projects, or new versus outdated projects or internships? A new one will be one which is generally released in, less than equal to 5 years old. It can be a little bit more than that, but my point is it's still relevant. Whereas if you're still doing projects on old technologies, it's not going to help you out in the interviews. Okay. For example, right? Some of the examples I've given is, for example, you take up DBMS. Okay. Now, if you're just doing the DBMS that was there in like the 2000s, early 2000 to 2005 and so on, you will learn a lot of things. It's not like you will not learn. You learn a lot of things. But how many of the companies are actually using those technologies today? Not many. Okay. Same thing with like old web development projects. I have seen people do projects on things like hospital management system, library management system. These have been going on for the last 20 years. The moment you use any terms like this, library management, hotel management, hospital management, the moment you use a project like that, interviewer automatically knows, boss, this is either a copied one or it's a tried and tested. This person has just got it from the internet. Okay. Avoid doing on old technologies. Second thing is, you should be solving a real problem, not an imaginary problem. Okay. I have seen, for example, some people say that I will create a tracker for, I will create, I remember one of the students has said this, that in my campus, I'm going to create how much every trash can is filled. Okay. Now that's not a bad project as such, right? It's an okay project. I will not say it's a bad project, but let's say I figure out how much each trash can is filled. Let's say I figure that out. Okay. How will that help any company that I'm going to join? Like, there is no company out there that will actually be, that will use that as much. Whereas if you solve, let's say, some very specific problem, like for example, you created a social media clone. So somebody saying full stack, absolutely, full stack is a great one, right? Somebody saying cloud, that's also a great one. Let's say you create a clone of a social media application. Let's say you created a billing system, right, which actually processes bills and so on. Let's say you created a cryptocurrency transfer one. Let's say you created an analysis of movie habits of young people, like what movies they like to watch and so on. These are all, you can think of some company that this will be useful to, right? So think of real life applications that will actually be useful, and not just any random imaginary problem, because interviewer will have a harder time to relate to that imaginary problem. The other thing is it in demand or not? So as somebody of you are saying, cloud, full stack, AI, ML, data science, web development, all of this are in demand right now. If you are doing, projects, let's say on a very outdated technology, right? I'm struggling to think of one right now, because let's say you're doing it on Angular 1. Okay. That's a very old technology. Now Angular 2, 3, I don't know how many Angulars have come out, but let's say you're doing something on Angular 1. You learn a lot. You learn a hell lot of things, not just a lot of things, right? But it's not in demand. There are not many companies out there, right, who are actually, working on that as such. Yeah. Or if you, let's say, are working on Python 2, Python 2 is officially deprecated right now. There's no support for it. Great. You'll get to learn a lot of things, but Python 2, not many companies are going to work on it. So you're not going to actually get a lot of internships there. Or you're not even actually going to get a lot of job opportunities there. So choose your technology widely, or choose your technology wisely. Don't just go for any random technology that is out there. Choose a technology that is new, that is in demand, that companies will actually want to go for. Okay. Now, some people asking me some questions. So I'll answer a couple of them. Right. Somebody saying, how is R nowadays? R is increasingly, or rather, the demand is very decreasing right now because everybody's moved to Python for data science, AI, and ML. Everybody's moved to that. So R is completely decreasing right now. That would be a good example, right, of not being a good what do you say, technology to take up right now. And I think in another 3-4 years, it won't even be that useful, right? Somebody saying, good, I hate R. Okay. All right. Any other questions, everybody? Some questions? Any other questions? I'll take up some time for questions now before I go ahead to the next one. Is analysis projects worth building when compared to model building? Yes, analysis projects are also worth building. See, model buildings are one where you're creating a product from scratch, and generally that also works, right? So a lot of companies are looking for that. But when you talk about analysis, there are a ton of jobs out there and they want to see your analysis approaches as well. So that also works, right? Which is better, Java or Python? Python has, especially for internships and for projects, Python has a lot more options, right? That Python just has a lot more options currently. Somebody saying, but some are evergreen like Excel. Yes, some are evergreen. Like C++ is going to be super evergreen, right? Excel, C++, right? There's always going to be there, right? So those will definitely be useful for you. Some are there, but again, in demand, not so much. Like Excel is so widespread right now that they will never be like super in demand. Nobody's like clamoring for Excel experts every day and night, right? But they are like clamoring means like they're really out there looking for a Python experts and so on. One question from YouTube. I'm from pharmacy background with 1 year experience and I'm interested in data science. In future, should I shift to product-based IT companies or should I stick to my domain? If you're able to learn data science, then definitely shift to software companies, right? And you can find a good mix between software and pharma companies as well. All right. Let me take some more questions. How is Java right now? Java is still going good. C++ is still going good. The scope of doing projects in Java and C++ is lesser compared to things like JavaScript or Python, simply because there are more projects, etc., that you can make. Okay. So I'll look at another question. Sir, is Edist certificates going to be recognized by a company? Like, can we present it to companies, including in our CV? Yes, absolutely. You can. And especially the Edist certificates that are designed by industry experts, which I'll show you in just a bit, right? Some of them are designed with real industry experts in mind. So with those certificates will be super informative. I joined right now. What should I know before going forward? You mean you joined the session right now? Is that what you're saying? Is it enough to work with Kaggle datasets for now? It's good to work with that, but it's also one of the things about Kaggle datasets is you'll analyze it and that's it. What you should ideally do is try to extend it, try to see if you can, extend it to other domains as well, right? I'll explain that. Okay. Around COVID, I did some task-based internship, like do task and you'll get certificate. Does this type of internship will be useful in some way? Only if that task is related to software development and you want to get into software development. So that's it. To get selected in campus placement, which is better, Python or Java? We'll cover that later. Today's about internships. We'll cover that part later. Okay. Blockchain development engineering, is it old or new? It is new, but not super in demand, meaning there are not so many companies looking to like get blockchain developers right away, right now at least, right? It might change. Power BI Tableau, is it compulsory for data science? Not compulsory. I'm starting coding now. How to move to data science? Yes, this is a very good session for you. I'll explain that to you. Okay. How to become a data science or data analytics? Again, I'll explain that. Is C language outdated? It will be evergreen, but very few projects to do that. Okay. All right. So a lot of questions. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to your questions, everybody. Now I'll just move on to the next one. I'll come back to the questions. Okay. Super. Okay. Now I'm just going to come back. I'll just come back to your questions. Let me just proceed and then I'll come back to your questions in a bit. Okay. Now it's time for me to ask you a question. So be ready. Is everyone ready? You might get another voucher. So ready? Everyone's ready? Just want to see if everyone's there. Okay, super. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, who is this? This question second. Who is this? Can anybody figure out who is this? Who is this person? Not Larry Page. Not Larry Page. Nope. No. Okay. Karishma. Karishma is the first one to get this one. Super answer, Karishma. All right. So Habib, please do notice down Karishma Chaudhary. That's the second prize. Mr. Karishma Chaudhary. All right, super. Sorry, YouTube folks. I think you will see this a little bit later. So that's why. Yeah, very cool. So yeah, this person is Vitalik Buterin. This person's name is Vitalik Buterin. Let me actually just see if I can, hold on. Yeah, I'll just take up his, 1 second, so that you can also see who this person is. Hold on. Let me just see, where is the color part? Yep, there you go. All right. So yeah, this person is Vitalik Buterin. All right. It's the founder of the Ethereum blockchain. Okay. All right. So Karishma Chaudhary, congratulations. You got the second prize. Everybody, there's a third prize coming. There's a third prize coming. So please do wait. Right. So third prize is coming for you all. Okay. Super. And on YouTube, I think Avdut is the one, but Avdut, sorry, Zoom people will get it before you all. So can't do much about that. Okay. Fair enough. All right. So let's go to the next one. Next thing. Now, how do you actually get internships, everyone? So many of you are asking, I want to get into data science. I want to get into, can I just do Kaggle internships and so on, right? Sorry, Kaggle data sets. Should I pick up Java, Python? What's happening? How do you actually get into internships? How do you actually get into internships? Now, if you're an advanced programmer, when I mean advanced programmer, you know one programming language very well, and you know one framework very well. So for example, let's say Java very well. So in Java, do you know Spring Boot, for example, or yeah, Spring Boot, and what's the other one? I'm forgetting the other Java web development framework. But if you know those, great, right? If you're a Python developer, do you know one thing like Django, Flask, Fast API, or do you know like PyTorch, TensorFlow, AIML, or do you know how to use sklearn and do a lot of data science applications? If any of these words seem alien to you, you're not an advanced programmer in those languages. If any of these words seem like remotely alien to you, then know that, okay, you are not an advanced programmer, but you can get there. If you're not an advanced programmer, then there are beginner internship programs, right? What are beginner internship programs? Beginner internship programs start from the very, very basics. So they start from almost assuming you don't know any programming, very, very basic programming. They start from there. Their purpose is to teach you and educate you and help you get an understanding of the domain and help you get hands-on experience. So they still satisfy all of the requirements. That is it a good internship? Do you get hands-on experience? They help you put code on GitHub. So all of those things are there in beginner internship program. But in that internship program, it's not expected of you that you will come and suddenly build a lot of things because you're still a beginner. If you're an advanced programmer, what you should ideally do is attend company drives. A lot of companies, not these days because of the recession and so on, but generally speaking, a lot of companies hire interns. Not as many as they hire full-time people, but they do hire interns, and that you can attend on campus and off-campus roles. But when it comes to, if you're not an advanced programmer, that is, you don't know one programming language and one framework properly, then you should join beginner internship programs. We have one such. I'm just going to show you, and this is the part where Edist helps, right? I'm just going to show you how Edist helps, right? And I'll show you that. Somebody's saying, what about intermediate? Intermediate, like if you're already good at one programming language, pick up a framework, right? And you can apply. Or you can pick up a framework via a beginner internship program also. So because the beginner internship program are there to help you pick up a framework. Okay. And I'm just going to show you this. What does this mean? Okay. For example, at Edist, we have an internship program. And I'm just going to show you some examples. Before I go to the Edist ones, I'll show you a couple of examples. For example, if you're working on data science, okay. Let's say you're working on data science right now. You are someone who knows some Python. You basically know some Python, but you don't actually know a data science algorithm. So one such algorithm is something called as logistic regression. This is one algorithm called as logistic regression. Now you'll say, sir, what is this? What are you showing us? No, don't be alarmed here. What actually is happening here is, this is an algorithm, and all it does, what logistic regression does is, it helps you figure out, it helps you predict an outcome A or B. Okay, just helps you predict an outcome A or B. The outcome could be, who is going to win tomorrow, right? There's a World Cup match, football World Cup, Qatar versus Ecuador tomorrow. Who's going to win tomorrow? It's going to be Qatar. It's going to be Ecuador, right? It's just going to help you figure out an outcome, A or B. Let's say you have only two options. Tomorrow, there's a third option also, a draw as well. But it helps you figure out in a particular discrete outcome. Is it going to be this or is it going to be this? Obviously, it cannot tell you 100%. Otherwise, it will be a future teller. but based on past data. So if I give you, okay, tomorrow these are the 11 players and these are the 11 players there, or let's say, you know, there's a cricket match, let's say England versus Australia, right? These are the 11 players, these are the 11 players, these are the timings. You know, this team is going to bat first. With all of these different variables, can you predict who is going to be the winner, who's going to be the loser? So can you predict what's going to happen over here? That's what logistic regression does. It takes up all of the previous data and it kind of puts you in one of these categories. Like it chooses A or B and doesn't give you like a proper A or B. It says probability of A is so much, probability of B is so much. That's what it does for you over there. So that's what logistic regression is. Now you'll say, sir, why are you talking about logistic regression? To tell you about this, if you are not an advanced programmer, you need to start with beginner internship programs that help you work on a real problem applying this algorithm. So you'll get to work on a real particular problem applying this algorithm here. Okay. Or you could be applying an algorithm, for example, like clustering. So for example, what this is doing is it's saying that, okay, there are different points in different places, but what are the different clusters? Means, can you create groups out of it? Simple example would be, you're all there with your classmates and teammates and so on. Okay. So you're all there with your classmates and teammates. And I want to know how many of you are comedy movie lovers? How many of you are anime lovers? How many of you are romantic movie lovers? How many of you are, fantasy movie lovers, right? Now, what we'll do is we'll take all of your likes and dislikes, whichever movies you like and so on. We'll take like about all of you 100, 200 people or so on. And we'll try to cluster you all that who are in which category. Why is this useful? Tomorrow, let's say a horror movie is releasing. I will know that I have to market to the horror movie cluster, horror movie group, rather than the, let's say, romantic movie group. So what clustering helps you do is it helps you see, okay, these are the different points. How can we divide them into groups? Okay. And there's an algorithm for that. Another very cool algorithm, this is the last algorithm I'll show you, is a linear regression algorithm. What does a linear regression do? It takes points that are already there and it tries to make it trend out of it. Okay, so if you see the left side, it says, okay, these are the different bullet points or these are different points on the graph. And it's trying to figure out what's the trend. So as you can see, what's happening on the left graph, at least, what's happening is as the X is increasing, the Y is also increasing. Now, it's not increasing exactly on that line. It's increasing around that line. Yeah. But if I know, let's say I've given you certain variables. Okay. Let's say, for example, I've given you Virat Kohli's all of the variables of his, like when he bats at number 2, this is what happens. On this pitch, this is what happens. On this bowling, this is what happens, and so on. Can you predict how many runs he will make after 2 days? Right. That is what you would do with linear regression. Now you'll say, why linear regression? Linear regression predicts a certain number. It's going to take all of these things into account and give you a certain number. It's not going to tell you a yes or no. It's not going to tell you whether he'll make a century or not make a century. It's a prediction on the actual amount of runs he's going to make. Okay. All of the problems I described to you actually follow the criteria I had told you all earlier. What was the criteria I had told you all earlier? It has to be a latest technology. So data science is a latest technology. You're solving a real world problem. Okay. Because what you're solving, will Virat Kohli score a certain number of runs? Will a certain team win or not? Will who belongs to which movies? Who likes which movies? These are all real world problems. When you talk about Virat Kohli scoring runs, RCB, Royal Challengers Bangalore, actually have a proper data science team and they use that to choose which batsman will go at what time. Another thing that the data science team has not been very successful because RCB is yet to win an IPL, but you get what I'm saying. All these big teams, you check any big team out there, big cricket team, football team, any big sports team, they have huge data science teams out there who help you figure this out, who help basically choose the team these days. Same thing with movies. Before and after every movie, there are so many data scientists out there who are just trying to figure out who do we market this to? How much money do we pay to this influencer so that it will reach the audience who like specific movies, right? So for example, if there's a huge fashion icon out there and there's a romantic movie coming out, they'll probably market it to that person rather than marketing it to, let's say somebody else, right? This all is not random. They actually use data to cluster audiences and figure out who they're going to get marketed to. So real life problem solving is in demand with companies because this is the actual problem you're solving and is with the latest project. And in this regard, at Edist, we've come up with a set of beginner internships for you all. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to show you. But before I go ahead and talk to you about the Edist internships, I just want to tell everybody, regardless of whether you join our internships or you go anywhere else, make sure that you're picking a right project and a right internship. Make sure that it's a latest project or latest internship. Don't go for the same old things. Don't go, my senior did this, so I'm going to do this. My professor is asking me to do this as per academics, so I'm doing this. Don't go for that, right? Go for something that aligns specifically with your field. That will definitely help you out. Now, how can we help you out at Edist? As I mentioned, we have guided thousands and thousands of students into product companies. One of the things every interviewer gives us feedback is, this person is great at data structures algorithms, this person is great at interviews, but they don't have a great project. Without a great project or without a great internship, I have a tough time selecting them, because I can't tell my colleague that this person tomorrow will be ready to work on software. I can't say that. Then as the interviewer, why can't you say that? It says, because I have no proof that this person has actually worked on real life problems. So if you're someone who's code forces, lead code day in, day out, great, do that. But you also need something on the other side. You need a project, an internship to show your real world capabilities. So with that spirit, we had come up with these set of internships. What is that? I'll give you an example of one of the internships that we have right now. And we are launching at least about 5-6 more in the upcoming few weeks. We have one such internship, which is called as a house price prediction or real estate price prediction, right? This, for example, is based on previous housing prices, and you're supposed to predict new housing prices, right? Very much useful for consumers, very much useful for companies that are real estate companies, both real estate listing platforms as well as real estate building platforms, right? Both, it's useful for them. It's based on new technology. It's based on Python, Pandas, NumPy, scikit-learn, all the latest data science technologies. It's great for interviews because you can actually talk about all of the different things and all of the problems you've solved. You would get a joining letter from Edist. So it's legitimate in the sense that you're actually joining an internship over here. You'll get an AICT, you'll get a report in the format that AICT needs, and you'll actually get a completion certificate over here as well. One thing you definitely need is you need to know basics of Python over here. And even that will help you. So I'll just tell you a little bit about how you can get basics of Python. Okay. This internship is designed, it's a beginner internship program, educational internship program. It is designed to keep it is designed to actually give, designed by industry experts. So I am there delivering your lectures. Also is Shubham. He's the core designer of this. Shubham is a is a data science practitioner at Microsoft and also works in their virtual reality team. He's guided more than 5,000 students and he's working in Microsoft in the last 4 years. So you're not only getting a project or an internship that is having all of these things, but it's designed by an industry expert. This is someone working or who has worked in Microsoft's data team who's telling you that this project is useful, right? So you know that it's actually a proper project. It's not something that's just taken off from somewhere, right? You will also get with this a digitally verifiable certificate, meaning that any interviewer who asks you, is this, did you really do this? You can just give them the link to the certificate. You can always download the certificate, but you can also give them the link to the certificate that from this date to this date, I did an internship at Edist. Okay. So that's one thing. Other stuff that you also get in the internship is we will tell you on how to upload your project and internship onto GitHub and YouTube, not YouTube, sorry, just GitHub. We will tell you on how to explain this to your interviewer. One of the things students don't do well is how to actually explain the project to the interviewer, and how do you actually put this particular project in the resume. Okay. So we'll be showing you that as well. Now, how can you actually register? You can go to this link. So let me just pick up that link 1 second, everyone. So you can go to this link over here. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description below. So you can actually pick up that link there. Let me just pull it up. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Meanwhile, everybody get ready for the third question, because in a couple of minutes, we will have the third question as well. 1 second. All right. So this is how I'll just show you how you can actually sign up for this internship as well. Okay. When will it start? Yeah, super. So this internship, as I mentioned, is a guided educational internship. This internship actually can start anytime. It's a self-paced thing. You can actually start at any time. However, a proper orientation session is going to happen next Saturday. That's 26th November. Next Saturday is when we'll have an orientation session. What do I mean orientation session? We'll have a proper guide on how you can actually get started on the internship, what to do when you have doubts and so on. you can still get all of these different things. You can still get all of these different things afterwards as well. That is, you can start now and then you can attend the orientation later. But yeah, 26 November is when we're starting it, right? And somebody saying not found error. Interesting. I'll just put it on the chat as well. You might have missed a hyphen. 1 second. I'll just put it on the chat also. Yeah, there you go. I'll also just open the page. So this is what the page looks like, everybody. This is what the page is. You can go through the entire thing. Whatever I mentioned right now, all of the benefits, etc., are mentioned over here as well. Like you'll get a digitally verifiable certificate. These are our interns. These are our certificate. These are our instructors. This is the price of the internship. So because you're learning from scratch, there's a lot of effort we will do to upskill you. So this is the price for the internship, how much you have to pay and so on. 1,999 is there. We'll probably increase this to 2,500 by next year. So please make sure you get it before that, right? Other stuff is people have already taken it. They're really liking it. And you can just go through this entire page. The moment you do this, let's say you go through this and you're interested, just click the enroll now button, or just, I'm already logged in, but you can just log in with your phone number or your email ID, and you can go ahead. Let me do that. Let me show you what happens here. Now, as a new user, if you log in, it's going to ask you for a few details like your name, phone number, and so on, right? So that's the case. And what you'll get is you'll get an introduction. So more details are there, introduction. And on this part will be locked for you. You'll have to pay to unlock it. This part will be locked for you. But once you pay and unlock it, this will come here. The course fees is 1,999 for the people who are asking, right? And yeah, that's it. Just a one-time payment. You don't have to do again and again. Daily, what will be the duration? It depends on how long you want to put on it. It's a self-paced course. We've got the feedback from all students that they are having difficulty attending the classes. So we put a self-paced. You do whenever you want to. However, we will do regular doubt clearing sessions. At any time you have doubts, you can actually get your doubts cleared, right? So that's another thing. And what you also get, I'll just show you here, is when you're online and you have any doubts, you can always reach out to mentors as well, right? So as you see here, 2 mentors are online. Anytime you have a particular doubt, you can always reach out to mentors for any questions, etc. there. Okay. Now somebody's saying, what if you already know the basics? If you already know the basics, super, you can dive straight into straight into things like NumPy, Pandas, exploratory data analysis, and so on. If you don't know the basics, you just have to go to the introduction. There is a warm-up on the important Python concepts over here. Right? So the important initial Python concepts that are already there. And also, I'll also explain, if you don't know any basics at all, I'll explain that as well. So yeah, everyone, just to tell you, go to that link. It's also mentioned on the YouTube description, or you can just use this link over here. Use this link. I'm putting it on the chat as well. Go ahead, take it up. You will, as soon as you join, within 24 hours, you'll receive a joining letter as well. As you pay and join, you'll get a joining letter. And we will have an orientation next week. That's on 26th November is when we'll have the orientation, and you will be added to a WhatsApp group. And on the WhatsApp group, you will get all the notification on when things are there. If I'm a mobile user, what should I do? For all mobile users, this is applicable. You can go, you have to go through edist.com on your mobile, and you'll get the entire thing there, right? What is the duration of this course? The course will be available for you lifetime. Even if you don't complete it within a month, it will be available for you for a lifetime. The internship certificate will only show you that you've done it for a month. So even if it took a year to do it, we'll still give you the certificate only for that month, because it's actually just 30 days worth of work in this internship. Okay. So that's about the internship. Also, you can compete with each other. There's a leaderboard, right? Are there live classes or pre-recorded? These are all pre-recorded classes. However, we do have live doubt clearing sessions to clear any doubts that you have. Okay. So, but these are pre-recorded, recorded stuff. So you can get it there. With or without stipend. No, this is a paid course. That means you'd have to actually pay to join this internship, right? And once you pay and join the internship, you get all of the things that I've mentioned. Okay. All right. So if you are someone who doesn't know any Python at all, right, and you still want to join this internship, please go to our website. I'll just show you here as well. If you go to our website, edist.com, you will see something called free courses. You'll see something called as free courses here. In the free courses, you will see this, basics of Python. You'll see a basics of Python over here. This basics of Python is completely free, and it has the initial Python that you need to actually succeed in this data science internship. This is a free course. So if you don't know any Python at all, right? You can always join this basics of Python course and understand, and that will help you get into the data science course. And if you already do know Python, you can, or some Python, you can always join in this course. So did we get internship completion certificate? Yes. There are 3 things that you will get on the completion of this course. Okay. What are those 3 things? One second. Let me just go back. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. What are the 3 things that you'll get on the completion of this internship? As soon as you join, you'll get a joining letter. So that's number 1. Let me just take the key takeaways. It's a bunch of stuff that you get. Hold on. Anyway. Yeah. So as soon as you join, you are going to get something called as a joining letter. At the end, once you complete it, you'll get an internship report, which is as per AICTE guidelines. And you'll also get a certificate of completion. So you'll have 3 takeaways. Joining letter you'll get within 24 hours of making the payment and joining the course as well, right? So that's within 24 hours itself, joining letter. But other stuff you'll get once you actually properly complete the course. How do you complete the course? There are challenges over there. Each challenge has a tutorial. Follow the tutorial, complete the challenge. You'll upskill yourself and you'll get an internship completion certificate as well. Okay. If you don't know any Python, please join on our free Python course over here. It's available on the Edist platform, free on Edist. You'll get it here. Basics of Python. You can join that and get yourself ready for Python. Okay, that's the thing. All right. Okay, cool. So before I go ahead, just want to know a couple of other. Just now, I'll answer any questions. So if you have questions, please put on the chat. So somebody's saying, I have a few questions regarding the industry and also about how old the organization is and how old you are. Okay, interesting. So I have been in this field since graduation for about 8 years now. So you can do the maths. I graduated and since 8 years, I've been in this field. So you can get that. How old is the organization? We are about 5-6 years old on the organization itself. And about the industry, sure, ask any questions. Yeah. All right. Other questions. Now, can you all ask the questions? We'll take up some more questions and then we'll do that final quiz question. Okay. Okay, why are companies firing software employees? Do we data scientists and etc. need to actually be worried about it? They're firing because the business scenario is like that. They don't have the need for those employees anymore. Having said that, skilled employees are always needed. Skilled employees are always needed. It's just that right now they overhired, but later on they will start hiring again. That's how it is. They don't want to be in a situation where the business goes down. That means the revenue decreases, but they still have to pay all these people. So that's why they're firing. Which certification course is best and which platform can we do that? Depends on the technologies you're working on, right? So each technology has different certifications. Some of them don't even have a certification. Okay. Do we need to complete within a month? Will we get certificate if we do later? Yes, you will get a certificate even if you do it later. You don't need to complete within a month. You'll get a certificate even if you do it later. How to join this internship, sir? Very good. Pratyusha, you just have to go to this link. Once you go to the link, enter your details, pay the internship fees amount, and you can start the internship, right? You'll get a joining letter within 24 hours of your payment. Sir, is maths for data science provided by you? Very good question. Maths for data science, we cover enough maths for this particular data science project. This project is on real estate price prediction. We cover enough data science. We cover enough maths for this particular project. For an in-depth maths for data science, you'll have to join a data science course. That's a separate thing altogether. But just for this internship, we cover the required maths that you need, which is not that much. Are we affiliated with any other education partners or company that offer placements at the end of the internship? Very nice. Since these are beginner internship programs, you will get an introduction to the field, but you need to actually be much more deeply skilled to actually get a direct placement over there. So this will get you into the field of data science. You'll get an understanding. This will definitely help you out in your placements and so on. But just basis on this, we don't connect you to companies. If we actually get a full valuation of your profile, let's say you're also good at DSA, you're also good at other interview skills and so on. So we are more than happy to connect you to companies, and we have done that in the past for other students also. For EEE students, which languages are best to know for a software job? I'll suggest Python. Simple, easy to pick up and understand. Not too many complex logic, or not too many complex syntax in it. Coursera has a financial help for those who cannot pay because of conditions. Does this course have the same? No, unfortunately, we don't have anything like that right now. We are not as global as Coursera is at this point, but hopefully eventually we do get something like that, right? Which year of BTech is good for internship? Very good. Nowadays that time has gone because of remote work. that you need a particular time to do internship. You can actually get into an internship any particular time. However, the best time is after your 2-2 or 3-2, because you have a better summer vacation and so on. But still, I have seen students go at any time for an internship because it's remote work. You can work from anywhere and it doesn't really matter. Will there be any discount for students? So there's already a discount right now. It's supposed to be 2.5. We're selling at 1,999. So it's already discounted there, right? So do you offer placements, safe to say, any advanced internship for that road, or is the company's discretion? We do not offer placement solely on this, but yes, if your profile is good, we have connected before and happy to connect. In fact, I'll also show you, we also help you out in one way, where on our course itself, on our dashboard itself, we have this thing called as I'll just show that to you. We have our own jobs portal where somebody from our team just goes all the way on the internet and keeps searching for jobs for you. Now, mind you, these are not exclusive to Edist. These are everywhere, but we help you figure out what are the jobs out there, and we help you actually apply for them. So you can see this. There are all of these different jobs that are out there, and they were all posted very, very recently. So you can check that out. So that's one thing that we help you with. Another thing though is, do we provide we also help you with placement if your profile is already good. But yeah, for that, we will need to check your DSA skills and other things as well, not just based on this internship, because as I mentioned earlier, this is just one part of the placement process, not the whole thing. Okay. Recommended good startup company for data analytics. There are a bunch. I'll make a list and share with you. If we already learned MLDL, what next to study? Don't study too much right now. Probably web development to deploy your projects, and so others can see. Is DSA compulsory for data science? No, not really compulsory, but for on-campus, off-campus placements, a lot of companies ask DSA. For third year, is it important? Super important to have an internship. Very, very important. Sir, can we do advanced course after completing intermediate course? Yes, you can. Is DSA course available, sir? Yes, there is a DSA course available on Edist. Just go to edist.com. You will see a DSA course also available. But industries are looking for Java and C, not Python. Why? No, this is being told by a lot of people, but this is not the case. You just go online, go to any job portal and see, right? Just go and observe how many job openings are there which specifically say only Java, only C, and only Python. You will see that most of the companies, especially for freshers, don't really care which language you know. They are open to all languages there. For data engineering, what are the required skills? Good. So there is a difference between a data scientist, a data engineer, and a data analyst, right? I'll cover that at a separate time. You have also not got introduction to a data asset. So if I do that distinction, you'll not understand it, but I'll cover that in a separate time. Data engineer looks more after the infrastructure, actually making sure that all the data is readily available to you. Data scientist does more things like find the insights, writes the algorithm what will be the prediction of the house price. And finally, data analyst is more about presenting and creating the reports, presenting, and on ground with the customer, getting the reports up and running. Okay. Sir, what do you consider as a basic BS as an interviewer? All the data structures for sure, and being able to solve decent questions, not super advanced, but at least decent questions on arrays, maths, bit manipulation, and so on. Okay. Mostly in our campus, they are restricting Python to clear programming round. Why? I don't know why. That's not really the case. As I've said, we've guided more than 10,000 students. For example, if you look at InfyTQ, which is Infosys' thing, both they allow only InfyTQ and Python and Java. There is no C or C++. Any other company that I look at, if they're taking a if they're taking a test via HackerRank or any other platform, Python is always there. So I don't know why colleges are restricting like that, but Python is there in every placement round. Nobody's against it. I'm in a confusion. To choose a career path. Could you please help me? I'm just basic knowledge on some of programming languages. Good. See, if you're in college and you're in confusion, it's completely fine. That is the norm. That is, you're supposed to be confused in college. That's the point of college, right? What I would suggest is explore as many fields as possible. Do data science, do the internship, find out, okay, do you like data science or not? If you don't like, go ahead to another, go to web development. Do that. Do I like it? Don't like it? Go ahead, do mobile development. Explore as many things as possible. The one that clicks for you, stick to it. Sir, is it a 1 month internship? yes, the tasks are 1 month's worth, but you can complete it within more than 1 month also. That's fine. What is the interview round for data analytics? Good. There are a bunch of interview questions for data analytics. That's all covered in the course. And I'll also explain it to you at a separate time. There are a bunch of tools for data analytics. So somebody is asking, what are the good tools for data analytics? These days, Power BI, Tableau, Google Sheets, Excel, all are super important. Depends if you're just like in the analytics side, these things. If you are in the data scientist side, Jupyter Notebook and knowing all of the Python libraries is super important. I'm in my 3rd year. How should I start my project, which will boost up my resume, and on which framework can I work? Just go back to the session. I mentioned exactly what are the parameters to choose the projects and internships. So just go back, you'll get it. Flask versus Django, anything is fine. I've learned MySQL, Microsoft SQL, MongoDB. What else databases should I do? That's enough databases, my friend. You don't need to know more databases than that. Learn some front end now. If you already know, like if you already have these databases, learn a backend framework, learn front end. You don't need to know more database at this point. Can you suggest some jobs and companies working on RPA? Is the good career and automation? RPA is good. There is a good career. I will make that'll be a separate thing. I've not done research on which companies are hiring RPA right now. What does the data scientist do? Data scientist takes a lot of data, not just like 100 rows, 200 rows, like millions and millions of data, and tries to get insights from it, tries to make some predictions, try to find out something from that. It's either a specific business problem, like why did we have more sales this month than last month? Or it could be something that nobody's thinking of, right? In the next 12 months, what's going to change about my business? All of this is in the data. Data scientists just try to figure out these things. Do we have coding round for data analytics? Yes, some companies do ask coding rounds. Certificates will compulsory be provided. If you complete all the requirements, certificate will be there for sure. And you will definitely be able to complete the requirements because our mentors are there to guide you. If you have any doubts or questions, the mentors will be there to guide you all. And we will have doubt clearing sessions, right? So you will get that also. Which database is best to learn for data science and data analytics? You need to know SQL for sure. I would suggest SQL. No SQL, not so much, but SQL definitely, right? Why is it so difficult to get a data science internship as a fresher? Because a lot of companies go only after premium institutes to get a data science internship. That's one of the issue. And that's why we made this data science internship also, to get this experience of data science internship for everybody out there, not just restrict to premium institutes. Looking at YouTube, how will this internship be useful to become a data scientist? Because we will expose you to exactly how data scientists think, how they do the data cleaning, how they do exploratory data analysis, how they apply an algorithm to a problem. We'll help you with that. So you'll get a clear idea of data scientist. That's one. Does gap years after graduation matter for data science job? Depends on company to company. Some companies have a problem, some companies don't have a problem. Is Python helpful for lead code and HackerRank? Yes, you can do Python on lead code and HackerRank. don't see any problem there. Last date for joining the internship. There is no specific last date here. But if you join before next Saturday, 26th November, you will get to be part of the orientation, which I will be taking on how to actually complete the data science internship. You can join before or after that also, but you'll miss this orientation. That's all. So prefer to join before it. If you can join after it, you'll miss it. Then the orientation will again be a little bit later than that. So you'll have to wait for the next orientation. Is this internship in online or offline mode? It's an online mode. So tell me some example of real-time in project in data science. This is an example of a real-time project in data science. How can I get jobs or intern in data science? Jobs by showcasing your proof of work, showcasing all of the different data sets you've worked with. We are giving you some data sets now. After that, pick up your own things, and you can actually develop projects in that. Are there any internships solely based on SQL? Very few, because SQL as a skill is so widespread now that there are very few internships based solely on SQL at this point of time. Okay. Are all mentors are knowledgeable as you are about the industry? Yes. The mentors on the platform who are going to chat with you, yes, they are knowledgeable. They know, sorry, not about the industry. They know specifically about the project that you're doing. And when we do doubt clearing sessions and interaction sessions, it's not just me, it's a lot of industry mentors out there. So they're very, very knowledgeable about the industry. Yeah. So if you, I think this particular student, you have a lot of questions about the industry and so on, reach out to me on LinkedIn specifically. You'll find me Aneeq Dholakia over there. Reach out to me on LinkedIn specifically. I'll be happy to answer any doubts over chat over there, because you have industry specific doubts, right? Any doubts about the internship, you can ask me here right away. What kind of coding round will be there for data analytics? Generally speaking, they give you like a data set and they try to ask you for different things in it. For example, can you clean some data in it? Can you create new column out of it? Can you do some very basic analysis, like find some basic statistics and so on? So data transformation, data cleaning, imputing data and so on. Those are the kind of tasks that are generally there in coding around for data analytics. Is there any charges for this internship? Yes, my friend, there are charges for the internship. It's 1,999 for this particular internship. Okay. All right. What else, everyone? I feel like I have been like in a free flow rap for the last 10 minutes. Like it's like a free flow rap is what I've been doing. Just taking question, answering, taking question, answering, taking question, answering. I hope you've got your answers that you require. Will you provide Power BI course in this internship? No, Power BI is not part of this. This is more geared toward data science, not data analytics. But taking your feedback, we will also create one for data analytics as well. All right. So does this answer all your questions, everybody? Do you have any other questions? If it does, then can I get a clear on the chat? Can I get a clear? So that's the thing. Data science or data engineering or data analytics, which is best for future? All are good. Explore all, see what's best for your future. At the end of the day, some things might be good for future, but they may not be best for your future, right? So choose the one that is best for your future, meaning one where you are not miserable when you are going for work for that day. Okay. So try all three. All three are going to be there in the future. Don't worry about that. Okay. Is knowledge of Python and SQL enough to become a data analyst? One tool also after that is good, like a Tableau or a Power BI is a good thing to do. Yeah. Is the Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate an added advantage while applying for data related roles? Yeah, it's not harmful. Like it's not going to be a problem for you. It is a good certificate to have. Although you also have to see that since it's a free one, a lot of other people will probably have it. And if you're going for the paid one, then yes, it's definitely useful. The certificate will be provided online or offline. It's an online certificate. Reason is it'll be digitally verifiable. Like that URL will be there. Your interviewer can also check it. So it's an online one, but you can always print it. Other than Python, which language is best? I prefer Java generally other than Python, Java or JavaScript, because you can build things in it. My issue with C and C++ is there are not many projects you can build with it. Unless like you're going to hardcore hardware or gaming, there's very few projects you can actually build in it. And that's one of the problem. Okay. Can I have a clear? Because I have one more question left. So shall we go on to that one more last question? I have one question left to give out a prize. So shall we go to the one last question? Are you all ready? Yeah. Okay. All right. So the last question is this, right? The last question is as follows. This one. In the real estate price prediction, which algorithm is used? In the house price prediction, which algorithm are we going to use? Okay. Very nice. All right. So I'm going to give it to someone who's been so Tasneem, you said regression algorithm. That's not wrong, but there are both logistic and linear regression. Kirti said machine learning. Again, it's not wrong, but it's not specific. I will go with Renga Lakshman Lakshmanan S. Linear regression. First person to say that one. Renga Lakshmanan S. Right. So Habib, I think you can note that down also. So Adnan, Karishman, Renga Lakshmanan X S. These are the three people. Even if you don't note down Habib, this is recorded, so it's fine, right? So we can also see the recording. So congrats, Renga Lakshmanan S. You get your prize as well, right? So linear regression is the correct answer. So you'll be the third person to get the gift voucher today. All right, cool. So everybody, that's it from our side. Thank you so much. How many of you are going to join the internship? How many of you can I expect to actually be on the internship starting tomorrow? How many of you can I see? You can also message me personally if you don't want to tell everybody. But how many of you can I see to expect to be in the internship after this? I just want to see. All right. So how many of that? Okay. Wow. All right. That's nice. Okay. Wow. That's super. That's super. All right. Perfect. I'll see you all there. Please do join. Please do join. I am going to see you all there. And next Saturday is orientation. So I have to see the same names there. I want to see the same names there. Okay. So within this week, probably within 1 month. Super. Please take it up. If you start this one, you will there are a bunch of really interesting things that we're coming up in the next one. So we'll do that. And how many of you want more such sessions? How many of you really enjoyed this session? How many of you want more sessions like this? How many of you would like more sessions over here? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do some we're going to be doing some more fun sessions as well on YouTube and so on. So we're going to be doing some really fun sessions on YouTube. So please do subscribe on YouTube. Some fun sessions, for example, I'm going to be playing games with you all on YouTube, and you can win gift vouchers there for playing along with us. We're going to do some live pair programming, so we'll do some programming together. So that's another thing. So a bunch of different things we've planned. Do subscribe on YouTube so you'll get the hang of that as well. Okay. So Adnan, Karishma, Rengalakshmanan, S, congratulations, you guys have won, right? Do go ahead and join in for the internship today, everybody, right? And hope you all enjoyed it. Really amazing to see you all on this platform, on this session. Saturday evening, you all could be doing anything, but you're all here, right? And you're on the session. So brilliant. Thanks. So glad to know. And yes, as Habib is mentioning, you can always revisit the session on a YouTube link. The YouTube link is mentioned there. You can always come back to that session over there. All right. So the recording is there. And thank you so much, Anonymous on YouTube, who's saying, please do more sessions. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a great evening ahead. Have a great Saturday. Have a great Sunday. I hope to all see you all on the internship. And yeah, I'll see you all soon on the internship. And we'll see each other hopefully for the orientation. Orientation is only for the paid internship students. So I'll see you all on the internship and the orientation. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a very pleasant evening, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you. My LinkedIn page, somebody's asking. Just go to LinkedIn and search Aneeq Dholakia. You will get it. Aneeq, you're already spelling A-N-E-E-Q, or Aneeq Edist, right? If you Google it, also you'll get it, right? So don't worry. And you can just follow and connect with me. Happy to message with any of you. Any free internships by Edist? Not yet. Probably we will launch a couple of them soon, but not yet, not right now. We realize that if it's a free internship, that the value of it goes down. Everybody starts having a certificate for that, and so people stop valuing so much. Whereas a paid internship is much more valued even by the industry. So hence we are not trying. We have a lot of free courses. You can do a bunch of free courses, but internships we are trying not to keep it free. Okay, it has to be a paid one so that the value remains of it. All right. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. I'll see you all next time. Thank you.